Made to Die If We All Are Together by Jordan Cook and Alan Least. In the class, we discussed about the characters of the lesson, as well as we started with the dream of Jordan Cook, the author, how he got this passion to start a sea voyage, and it was his dream because he wants to imitate Captain James Cook, who took world sea voyage and made record. So he wanted to imitate. So in that ways of being copying the same sea voyage, he made it a dream to be accomplished, and for that he practices for 16 years and he makes his planning and he takes skills and he gets training of going to the sea voyage. And for that, as a part of his planning, he gets a boat built by the name of Wave Walker, which was 30 ton heavy and 23 meter long. As well as he starts his journey because he takes the Wave Walker. The name of the boat, as I mentioned, was Wave Walker. So he tries this Wave Walker in the roughest and toughest sea. When he was confident and assures that this boat is compatible and this boat is okay for him to take for a sea journey, so he plans for a sea voyage. In this voyage, he himself goes and he takes his family also on this sea journey. His family includes Barry, who is 37 years old, his daughter Suzanne, who is 7 years old, his son Jonathan, who is 6 years old. So they start their journey from England, Plymouth, England, and this incident is of 1976 when they started their journey. In the beginning, the journey was so smooth as usual it happens. So let's continue with that, because in previous session we discussed about the Wave Walker. We talked about how many family members were there and how he got this dream to become true. So first phase starts when they start their journey, and this journey was very smooth and they reached to the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. They started their journey from England, Plymouth, England. They started their journey from Plymouth, England, and they reached west coast. After west coast, they reached Cape Town. So they reached Cape Town, right? So they start their journey from Plymouth, England. They reach to the west coast of Africa. From west coast of Africa, they go to Cape Town. The journey was going so smooth and it looks like to be a pleasant journey in life. But until unless there are no problems, the story cannot be completed. Until unless the situations do not arise in front of us, we cannot learn from it. The same way, when they start from Cape Town, they knew that they are going to the Indian Ocean. Now, the next journey from Cape Town they are going to start will be of the Indian Ocean. And Indian Ocean is known to be the world's roughest ocean. So they knew that they are going to travel the Indian Ocean, which is the roughest sea. So they hired 2 crew members. So they hired 2 crewmen. These crewmen members were Larry Vigil from America, and there was Herb Sigler from Switzerland. So they are called a Swiss. So they were ready to go, and he hires 2 crew members but after Cape Town he is traveling to the Indian Sea, which is known to be the roughest sea or ocean in the world. So he hires 2 crewmen for his help. So the sailor, they start their journey to the Indian Ocean. As soon as they enters the Indian Ocean, the territory of Indian Ocean, they find the situation getting tough. The sailor encounters strong wind and huge waves. So the sailors who are sailing the boat, they find strong winds started and huge waves started to rise in the sea, in the Indian Ocean. And the waves were so high and they are getting higher day by day. So day by day the waves, the length of the waves were getting high and high. And at times the sailors recorded the highest wave was 15 meters. So the 15 meters is too much for anything. So the highest wave which was recorded by the sailors was 15 meters high. So when they entered to the Indian Ocean, they find the weather got changed. It wasn't so favorable and smooth. Strong winds started and huge waves started blowing. And the waves which rose in the sea was as higher as they are getting higher day by day, and sailors recorded that they are 15 meters, till 15 meters high. But they all were patient. They all keep patience and they had faith in themselves. They keep continuing with the tough waves and high waves. And when they started from Cape Town, nearly after few days there was Christmas. So they celebrate Christmas nearly 3,500 kilometers of Cape Town. When they started from Cape Town, they reached around 3,500 kilometers in water in ocean. And there they celebrated Christmas all together. Okay, so they started their journey from Plymouth, England. They reached west coast of Africa and then they reached to Cape Town. From Cape Town they started their journey from Cape Town to the roughest ocean, the Indian Ocean. From Indian Ocean, as soon as they entered the territory of Indian Ocean, they found unpleasant situations which were they encountered with the strong winds and they encountered with huge waves in Indian Ocean. And they were getting high and high day by day. They were getting higher day by day, and at one time they found 15 meters high. And but because of these waves, they did not get frightened. So what have they done? They keep patience and they had faith in themselves. They had faith on the people in the boat. So they celebrated their Christmas around 3,500 kilometers far away from Cape Town. They celebrated their Christmas in the center of the ocean. But the weather, which was already in a strong mood, the weather continues to be rough. The weather did not change to smoothness. It became more and more rough. But they did not lose their hope. But they were hopeful that they will overcome from such toughest weather. So as the sailors kept on moving, they keep encountered with the toughest weather in the Indian Ocean. So what have they seen? They saw the weather was becoming more and more worse. So it becomes the worsens and huge waves started to rise. So huge waves started rising on their way, which were not getting stopped or they were not getting relaxed. But the weather was becoming worsens and huge waves started rising. So what have they done? What happens when the sailors or the people who travels and takes the sea voyage, that they have all their life-saving materials with them. So in the same way, the wave walker had all safety instruments, material, all different things which is to be used at the difficult time were available. All the emergency kits were available in the boats. So in the same way, when they saw the weather is becoming worsened, they identified that it is going to be drastic, it is going to be very dangerous and destructive. So because they could see huge waves were rising. So the sea seems to be rolling down towards them. It was looking that the entire sea has grown higher and they are coming towards them. So they are coming towards them. Rolling toward down means they are going on to them. So they see the sea seems to be rolling down towards them. So what have they done? They become frightened. It made them frightened as well as worried. So looking at this, that huge waves and the worsened weather, so it made them frightened and they were so much worried now what will happen to them. And they started taking precautionary measures. So they took the action looking at the weather and looking at the condition of the sea. They came to the time when they started taking precautionary measures. So what had they done? They slowed down the boat. So they controlled the speed of the boat, the speed which they had previously. They controlled it down and slowed the speed of the boat, and as well as they dropped the storm jib. Jib is a sail. So it used to have a sail. They dropped the small sail in the sea. Usually the sea people, those who travel, they used to keep the sailors with them, which helps them controlling in the water, and it fixed somewhere and helps the boat to get destroyed in waves and all. So he dropped those storm jibs in the sea, and they double lashed everything. So they double lash means they tied everything. Double means they round them out more times to be at the safer side and go through the life raft drill. So they had small raft in which the air is used to be in float, and at the time of emergency they come out of that with the help of this raft drill. They come out from the boat. So they go through the life raft drill. So they started drilling on that. If in case the situation become worse and the waves float down on onto the ship, what actions should they take? So they started taking precautionary measures, as in that they slow down the speed of the boat, they drop the jib or sailors, they lash means they tied everything double. So two times they tied up or they knot down the things, and they go through life raft drills. So they started taking the drills of how to save lives. They wear life jackets. As you know about the jackets they have, which is also filled up with the gas and which saves them. So they wear life jackets, put on oilskins, like for in case they had to swim, so they should have oilskins on their body. So they put on oilskins, these are type of clothes, and attach lifelines. So they started attaching lifeline. They wore their life jackets in case they should not be sunk in the ocean. So they wear life jackets as well as they put on oil skins on their body. But as soon as the time passed on, around 6 p.m., the wind suddenly dropped. So the speed of the wind got dropped. As you know, we have a lot of idioms and phrases of when there is silence, something huge is likely to come. So in the same way, when the wind dropped, it brought huge destruction. What was the destruction? Like that wind which slowed down, it changes into the ominous dark. So when the wind stopped, there was a huge ominous means inauspicious darkness in the sky. And what was this darkness of? That darkness was of the huge wave which stopped the wind coming towards the boat. It becomes so huge that it looks that the sky has become dark, ominous dark. But that wasn't the clouds, that were not anything, but this was the huge wave which they had seen to be ominous and to be dark. So they saw, what do they see? They see a gigantic wave, a very huge, gigantic means huge. So they saw a huge wave which was striking, which were rolling down towards them, and as soon as with the speed it came towards them, it hiked over other waves. So they had seen other waves to be sky dark. So they thought it is a dark sky, but it wasn't that. It was a huge wave, and it was an inauspicious, ominous dark because of the huge wave. What had happened? The problem came when this wave hit the boat, the deck of the boat. It fall down on the deck with a high speed. That boat was full of water and it broke down into pieces. So this is how they find themselves into the direst situation of their life, ominous situation of their life. So this is how the January 2 becomes the disastrous day of their life. So the incident which we are discussing here was of January 2 around 6 p.m. when the situation became too worse, when wind stopped, but a huge wave, a gigantic wave hit the deck of the boat and it broke the boat into pieces, as well as the leftover part of the boat was filled with water. I hope you have understood. Let's take quick recapitulation. When they start their journey from Plymouth, England to the west coast of Africa, and from where Africa they go to Cape Town, and from Cape Town they hire two crew members. One was Larry Mitchell, another was Swiss person Herb Sizzler. So they accompany the family, the Jordan's family, and they start because he takes the help of two crew members because he was going to travel in the roughest ocean of the world, which is the ocean, the Indian Ocean. So as soon as he starts his journey from Cape Town to 3,500 kilometers from Cape Town, they had Christmas. So they celebrate their Christmas and later on they keep on moving. But as soon as they keep on traveling, they find roughest weather, they find high waves, as well as they found a speedy winds that follows them in the ocean. They keep on traveling with this, they do not lose hope and they keep patience and they keep courage. So they travel and but the situation becomes worse on January 2, which became the disaster day of their life. How they saw huge waves rolling down, as well as it made them frightened and worried. They started taking precautionary measures. So it made them frightened and worried. They made precautionary measures. They slow down the boat and they drop the jibs or sail. They double lash everything and they went through the drill how to save life. What do they wear? They wear life jackets. They put on oilskins and attach lifelines to themselves. And at the time when it was 6 o'clock, it became drastic. When at 6 o'clock the wind dropped, but this wind, with the drop of the wind, what had come? It was a huge wave that came in front of them, and that huge wave was so hot that it made the atmosphere so dark and ominous, inauspicious. So that huge wave was rolling towards them, and with a high speed, this boat, this gigantic wave, twice the height of other waves, hit the deck of the boat. It broke the boat into pieces, and those pieces and the leftover part of the boat was filled full of water. So this is how they called it 2nd January, the direst day. If the question comes in your test or in the examination, why January 2 is called to be the direst day for the Jordan and his family, so you will be able to answer this question. So the time was 6 p.m. when the huge wave struck the boat, hit the boat, and there was water all around of the boat. So I hope you have understood and liked it. We'll see you in the next session. Till then, do read your lesson. You have books available at home. If you will read it, you will get to know more points about it, so that we can take your doubts. If you have any doubts, we can go with it. Till then, take care of yourself and do reading to complete your work. Thank you. Have a nice day.